Welcome to the first episode of Cox-tales, where I have conversations over cocktails with friends. Today, first contestant, you're not a contestant, first guest.
I might as well be a contestant, honestly.
It's like a game show.
It's a test run. Hello, all you listener out there.
This is Matt, for anyone who doesn't know his annoying voice. But no, I've already told him what we're going to start the podcast with, and it's the question of describe yourself in an event. And so he can keep thinking, because he's got a great thinking face on right now. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to describe myself as a women's basketball game. I think more people should care about me than they do. I have some really great moments and some skillful moments, but I also have some really dull moments. And that's why I'm going with a women's basketball game. No offense to any women's basketball players.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. I've known you for a few years now. It definitely sounds a little bit like you. I'm going to stick to the guns, man. I'm 400 hurdles where you trip in the first 100 yards. And you eat shit.
Just trip or trip over hurdle?
Oh, no, I'm tripping over the hurdle, okay? I'm
halfway I was like,
up.
I tripped before the first hurdle.
I'm landing straddle, all right? I'm landing straddle on a hurdle, eating shit over it, and then you get back up, you penalize for the hurdle, obviously, but then you'll ultimately make up a little ground at some point, I think is...
but you never come close to what you could be.
You never get first, but you also don't get last. All right, I'm a middle of the pack, 400 hurdles with a trip.
I feel like most people would take that in life though, like never being first, but if you're never last, like average.
The reality is, people who have aspirations of being.
So you've overcome something to be average.
Yeah. Having red hair, I
overcame that. Yeah. I was gonna say
I overcame childhood bullying because of red hair, and now I'm working a nice healthy desk job. With good earnings potential.
Oh yeah, the cocktail we're drinking, by the way, today is Proper 12.
It's Conor McGregor's Proper 12 Irish whiskey. All hail the king. Find it at your local CVS for beautiful $20 American dollars.
It is quite smooth for a $20 bottle of whiskey.
And for Irish whiskey too, which is...
Oh yeah, true.
I mean, compare that to Jameson or anything else you usually have.
God, yeah.
So.
No. As we've just ended this year and we've gone into a new one, let's go back to last year. We're going to do a review of 2018. And just to start us off, just because everyone's going to love it. Review of worldwide politics in 2018. First of all, give me a rating. Good, bad, worldwide, not just America.
In terms of global politics?
Yes.
Oh, God, it was a nightmare. Are you kidding me?
So bad you agree.
It's a nightmare. I mean, you're from fucking Britain, dude.
Okay, so I thought about this earlier as well.
Theresa May, what the hell's going on?
Politics in terms of like that and stuff, I think... Overall, I still think a bad year. The one upside, which you might be able to correct me on this, kind of a peaceful year. I know you can't really say that because there's still bombs going off and stuff. But like you look at the Koreas, they tried to find missiles, but it's kind of ended like they've agreed to go through a ceasefire. There's been a lot of agreed ceasefire. There's not been an invasion anywhere. It's like the one upside in politics that I've seen this year is like there hasn't really been a war.
I mean, on a global scale,
unless you can correct
Yemen,
me.
What's been going on with Yemen and the Saudis? Missiles.
It ongoing before last year though?
Or is I mean, I guess it started...
When did
Trump get elected? 2016?
Yeah.
God. So...
I don't know, when's the next...
2 years...
it's 2020 is the
2
next
years
election.
of the Donald? Oh my God, time flies.
But he didn't get sworn in until beginning of 2017,
which is how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was... The Yemenis have been getting bombed by the Saudis for quite a while, and it's bad.
There's always bad stuff.
Shit going on,
but there's no Iraq, there's no Afghanistan, there's no. I was even going to say Syria. I don't know if Syria was as bad as them, but like nothing. Korea seemed to kind of calm down. I know it wasn't a war, but tensions between the US and China have kind of calmed down.
How about we say things haven't escalated? I think that's a good way to put it.
Well, it's like you can say it's been a bad year. I don't think it's been a terrible year. I think it's been a very flat year. I was moving my hand. I was like, people can't see this.
It's way. I believe that it is not nearly as bad as a lot of us anticipated it being.
And it's not as bad as a lot of people have. Like everything you see on Twitter, like every little thing's being micro broken down, and it's like, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible, this is terrible. Through Brexit, through what's happening in France, through everything that's going on, like the people with Trump and stuff.
Those riots are crazy.
But like that, a year later, hasn't been a great year, but it hasn't been catastrophic.
Yeah, it hasn't been catastrophic yet, which, I mean, I think it's all on a relative scale. It really is. I mean, the world has been a nightmare for...
Stock market's bad. Money in the world is bad as general.
Market correction, I think, is really what it is.
Volatile.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Well, no, but you think the pound's gone down this year more, again.
Mm-hmm. Which I think...
Taxes have gone up tariffs have gone up between places. Did tax went tax cuts for some people and tax higher for other people here?
Misconceptions. So a lot of it.
I was like,
so there was, yeah, no, this is public accounting was almost my field of my life. It's interesting. The new tax bill that got passed. There were tax cuts for major corporations, obviously. But prior to those, we were already paying 17% more than the next closest Western country on our corporate taxes. Yeah, so I mean, we were at 39%. Those have been cut.
Corporate taxes, yeah. Not individual though.
I mean, individual income tax is less.
Individual in Europe, way higher.
It's substantially higher. But granted, you guys have a.
I'm thinking like France.
Better medical
I had a conversation
systems.
with someone like that who was like, yeah, they get like 40% of their thing.
Of their income
paycheck,
back. Yeah, but
it's that.
The issue with that then being...
And it goes to motorways they don't drive on because they hate driving on the motorways because it costs.
Yeah, but you have to also...
Which is why English people love it. Because there's no one on it.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, the United States, our GDP is so much higher than every other country in the world right now, so it's interesting. I mean, yeah. Middle class taxes don't look too bad right now. My tax bracket.
I was going to say the lower ones haven't really changed.
I mean, people who make less than, ask any CPA people who make less than 50 grand a year don't pay any taxes anyway by the end of the year, because of
if they could.
Because of deductions and all that shit. I mean, they end up they're net zero. They contribute. I think it's like the bottom. I think it's the bottom 50% of all earners in the country contribute like 2.5%. That's from an IRS study in 2015. So of all collected income taxes.
Is that individual
income tax? So the bottom 50% of all earners in the United States.
How much comes
from
the top? Overall? No,
Yeah.
not from the top, but an overall tax income that comes from America. How much comes from corporate compared to individual?
Not 9%.
Because they got a tax break as a corporate.
It's only 9%. Yeah.
Is it really that low?
It's really that low. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, the individual.
Because you think about how I know there are people there are wealthier than businesses.
No,
but there's some businesses,
wealthy
but
people, yeah.
You look at Bill Gates and Bezos; they're contributing more than Apple is. Maybe not actually financial numbers because of their worth value, but in terms of percentage of what they earn, that's a ridiculous change.
Yeah, no, it really is. But I think the way that the government looks at it a lot of the time is contribution to the market. So a lot of those companies, granted...
Well, I guess people work for those companies and they're paying their taxes
which is the idea behind lowering corporate tax rates, which there's arguments on both sides.
Does that just mean they can pay people more so they can pay more in taxes anyway?
Well, the problem with that then being they try to encourage economic growth through lower taxes, and then they also raise minimum wage, which,
90-cent raise January 1st, I'm happy.
Fucking what? For what? That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, the world's been a mess for a while. I don't think
Give
it's
it a
gotten
number.
much worse.
1 to 10. World politics.
Nice 6. It's like a nice...
That's not bad.
A 5.5, maybe 6.
Next one's interesting.
Could be worse. What's next?
Movies in 2018. Because give me your rating first this time before you go into details.
Wait, across the board?
Yes. Just movies in 2018 that came out in 2018, not got big in 2018. I don't know if there's any that came out end of 2017 or something, but
probably an 8, honestly, for movies that I like.
Oh yeah,
for my kind of
I've
movies.
just got 2 that off the top of my head that I know came out this year: Black Panther, and Infinity War. Those 2 alone, that bumps you up. That's got to bump you up at least a point. If your scale is a 2, that's got to take you to a 3 or something.
Did you not see Into the Spider-Verse yet?
No, I didn't see that one.
Dude, all right, hot take. Into the Spider-Verse shits on Black Panther as a movie, honestly. It's so much better. It's so much better. It's weird because it's animated and people are like...
That's why. But it's not normal animation.
No, it is
It's not like a Shrek animation, like a Disney animation or a DreamWorks. It
looks like a comic book.
It's a comic animation.
Yeah, it looks like a comic book was taken and put on screen.
Honestly, I can't tell you the last time I saw a film that wasn't like a DreamWorks Disney animation. Like Lego Movie, I know it was probably made by one of them, but I don't enjoy that style of movie, almost like stop motion, back in the day.
Yeah.
I haven't watched anything. I haven't watched the Lego Batman movie. I haven't watched the original Lego movie. I haven't watched stuff like that. So I'm hesitant to watch it, even though I know it's got such great reviews.
Good, dude. I mean this, and I say this legitimately. It is remarkably good. Also, Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh, that's such a great film.
Yeah.
That's such
Dude,
a
Incredibles 2. Oh my god.
Incredibles 2 is
8th
this
grade.
year.
Bo Burnham's movie. That movie was great too. Yeah,
The Quiet Place was this year.
Quiet Place was this year.
I still didn't see that. Crazy Rich Asians, I know it blew up, but I didn't watch. Aquaman was technically Did you see Aquaman?
Not yet. I've heard it's good.
They fully embrace being Aquaman and being a ridiculous
A
film.
geeky fucking superhero movie.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is why I love it.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I know, like, as a film critic, you probably wouldn't like it, but
I mean, the reality is the highest earning movie of all time came out.
Was Solo this year?
I didn't like that movie.
I don't think it was bad. Ant-Man and the Wasp wasn't terrible. Deadpool 2 was this year.
Deadpool 2 was good, yeah.
Ready Player One was good.
Yeah.
What was Netflix? Outlaw King was on Netflix, was this year.
Oh, yeah. What's that actor's name? Chris Pine?
Yeah.
You saw his flaccid dick, dude.
Yes.
That was the best part of the whole movie. Or the giant trebuchet that they had in the first scene.
I just want to use it.
Yeah, dude.
This took 6 months to build. We're firing
you got
Don't care if they surrendered.
Chris Pine's glorious flaccid cock and his really bad Scottish accent and a trebuchet.
I know it's
everything I could want.
I know it's essentially. I mean, it basically is Braveheart.
It's a sequel to Braveheart. Yeah.
But yeah, it's almost like the same time and the same thing. It's a lot more serious because it's been made now, and like the amount of setbacks they have in this one's ridiculous. But that was a good film. I'm trying to think of other Netflix films that came out this year because there must have been more.
There's a bunch of TV shows.
Yeah. TV, I think is.
I mean, it's funny to talk about. It's like a renaissance of sorts.
I think TV was just let down because Game of Thrones is this year, not last year.
I watched 3 seasons of Game of Thrones in the last 10 days for the 4th time.
Weren't you sick though?
Yeah, I was sick. Yeah, that helps. But I mean, the reality is Game of Thrones is the best TV show I've ever seen.
Wait until that might come up at the end of this.
Yeah, no, all the Breaking Bad folks. That's a great show. The Sopranos is fantastic.
Still haven't watched it.
The Wire.
Still haven't watched Stranger Things. Or Black Mirror, or...
You should watch Peaky Blinders first. You're British.
No,
you should watch Peaky Blinders.
I
probably understand what they're saying more than me.
Probably, but I hate people telling me what to watch, so I don't watch it. It's like a spite thing. I don't want to do it.
Oh, dude, you're so... Wow.
It's so annoying. I also hate watching TV shows, because I watch the first 2 episodes, and then I'm like, all right, now I have to go back to it. Like, I'm not in the mood to go back to it. Films, you watch one time, you're done. 2 hours, go through it, done. TV shows, you have to commit.
It's an investment of time. Yeah. I mean, but if we're seriously talking about movies right now,
movies of 2018.
The fact that Infinity War came out this year is...
I can't believe...
In and of itself.
I saw a video of them the other day that they filmed. I know they filmed them together, but they did them in like a ridiculous short amount of time for those 2 together. Like Endgame and that. I know they always do like the last, or like things like that together. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they keep it secret. Well, especially with Tom Holland on the shoot.
Yeah, Tom Holland. Well, I mean, I think they took precedent from Lord of the Rings.
Spoiler man.
He is spoiler man. I mean, Lord of the Rings was the first big budget movie like that. They filmed all 3 of them at once, which a lot of people
just
don't
like
know.
How. I mean, that you didn't have to keep the story quiet because people knew what it was.
People knew the story, yeah.
But how did they keep Infinity War quiet? How are they keeping Endgame quiet? Although, did you see the thing that they confirmed one of the theories about Loki?
He might still be alive.
No, that the Mind Stone, the staff he was using...
He was mind controlled.
It was controlling him.
Yeah, I did see that.
Which has got people to think that Thanos is going to get mind controlled by the Mind Stone. It has like a mind of its own and it's going to come back.
If you read the Infinity Gauntlet comics, which
I haven't.
Recommend you should. They're fantastic.
I don't read
Beautiful time in comic books.
That's one thing I wanted
to do. 1970s and 1980s. The comics elaborate on it a little bit more. I mean, there's a lot more detail, obviously.
I'm sure there always is, and that's why real comic book nerds. There's no better word than that. But they don't like films ever because you can't stick to them because it's a film. You have to give some sort of creative direction to the director, which is why I really hate. I think it's the 6th Harry Potter. I understand leaving things out because the books are too long and Harry Potter you can't do it, but they add in a scene that literally adds nothing to the film, and also doesn't happen in the book.
Half-Blood Prince.
When they burn down the Weasley's house. Doesn't happen in the book.
That doesn't happen in the book?
Nope. What does it add to the film? Absolutely nothing.
Shit.
Just an action scene, basically.
I haven't read those books in such a long time.
I've been read audiobooks to them, Stephen Fry. Love it. I'd never read them, I just did audiobooks. But
that's fair.
It's incredible.
You're still consuming it, so...
Yeah.
Really? I didn't think about that.
But it's like, I don't mind taking stuff out and changing a few things, like if it's still there, but adding something in that completely... Like, I know people hated adding Toriel into...
Oh, let's not talk about The Hobbit.
Because right?
Legolas wasn't in it either.
Like,
as
I can understand,
wasn't in it.
But I understand him adding Legolas because it's because of what happened in the first one.
Yeah.
But adding someone that completely hasn't existed before, just to add a love story.
I mean, it's funny. A buddy of mine is talking about him and his family. I think they go to Hawaii, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so excited to read the first Hobbit. Like, I've never read the Hobbit before." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "Dude, listen to me right now.
Don't take anything from
the first movie and about 20 minutes of the second movie decently hold to the book. Okay, up until they go to the elves in the second movie."
Is that true with Lord of the Rings as well?
Lord of the Rings, the difference between Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit is the volume of detail in Lord of the Rings is a completely different animal. So there's entire characters.
As in the book or in the
books,
film?
In the books. There's characters in the books that don't appear in the movies. The scene in The Return of the King, spoiler alert for the listener out there, movie came out.
If you haven't seen Return of the King,
movie came out 15 years
regardless.
ago. Yes, arguably the greatest movie ever made. But
one of the greatest battle scenes, definitely.
oh yeah, dude, the Ride of the Rohirrim. But the scene where the ghosts come to the Battle of Pelennor Fields,
they
don't show up on the Battle of Pelennor Fields. They help Aragorn take the boats, and then they help him get the army of Northern Gondor and its
so they
and
just
its
get
territories.
a different army.
Yeah, they get a different army.
See, that I count as creative direction from the director.
Yeah, from Peter Jackson.
It's changing. It's not completely.
Yeah, but it was respectful of the source material,
yeah,
which needs to
enough.
be
I don't understand adding completely new stuff that doesn't add. If it adds to the story, like adding a love story, it kind of adds something to the emotional thing to the film. I agree with that more than adding just a fight scene.
Yeah, I mean it's
especially as in Harry Potter isn't based off fight scene. It's not. And I mean, it probably is classed as a fantasy action film, but it's not an action film.
No.
But
I mean, my demographic is hard to please, of the super super nerdy kind.
I thought you meant gingers.
Gingers too. I mean, the constant
my demographic.
The constant self-loathing and hatred is a factor you have to put in there. But I mean, the hardcore, the hardcore nerdy side of things, yeah. Especially comic book people are very hard to please. I was happy though.
I'm excited for this year for films.
Endgame's
mainly because of Endgame. Although there's a few more, but that again might come up later. 2018 review of music.
A number?
In any order one. You can go through and say some things and then your number, or number first. Oh, for films for me, I'm definitely 8.5.
You 8.5, yeah.
I loved them that much.
There were some good movies that came out this year.
Was Ragnarok this year as well?
Last year, 2017.
It was 17? Was the end of 17?
Mm-hmm. Music though, you know me, I'm a really big hip hop fan.
Still some good albums this year.
There were some really good albums. I think Mac Miller's helped a lot. Pusha T's was really good.
Still listeners did enjoy Logic's.
Logic's was pretty good. Yeah, that was a lot more.
Because he always puts out different music.
Yeah, well, that's a lot more like what he put out when we were younger.
Yeah.
When we were in high school.
Compared to whatever else was going through this year, 2018 kind of went away from under rap towards the end. But he put out, almost, I was going to say blues rap. It's kind of that vibe.
Yeah, no, it's that Frank Sinatra kind of vibe, which is what his persona was until he got super big.
Yeah.
I think
Mumford & Sons album
was, dude, I'm not going to say...
I know it came out so late, but it did make a difference.
I'm not going to say I cried during one of the songs involuntarily, but I cried during one of the songs involuntarily.
Eminem's was...
It's all right.
It was alright. It wasn't negative on the year.
Yeah, no, not as bad as he's been.
I don't know if this album's...
I think Kanye, Kids See Ghosts is really good, and then Mac Miller's album was great.
Right. So 20... I was looking up Ed Sheeran Divide, but that was 2017, because that was a good album.
That's a great album. Yeah, Mumford & Sons, Mac Miller, Kanye, Pusha T. There was some good music this year, actually.
I'm just trying to think of people who aren't rap artists. What came out this year? I feel I don't hear about anything other than rap unless it comes up on Spotify telling me people have uploaded.
Yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of metal too. And
what were your top 5? Can you remember? Did you find out your top 5 from Spotify?
Post Malone's album came out this year.
Oh, Post! How did
the fuck? I went to that.
You went to it.
Yeah, I went to that Red Rocks concert.
I wanted to.
Post Malone's album's great. My top 5, it was Post Malone, Kanye, Logic, alternative metal band from Ohio called Starset. They're very good. Was that 4?
Yeah. I think you just reminded me who my 5th was. I think it was Post.
Mumford & Sons, I think.
Mumford was my number 1. I think Ed Sheeran was 2. I then think it went Drake, and Eminem, and then I think and then Post was in there as well. I think they were my top 5.
Dude, can we just address Scorpions sucked, okay? That album sucked. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of getting so excited every time Drake's about to release new music. He releases like 3 singles that are so good. The singles are great, okay?
Were any of them even...
Nice for What was on it.
Was it on the album?
Yeah, Nice for What. Nice for What was the best song on that album, and it came out before the album.
God's Plan's still back.
God's Plan. Elevate was a good song from that album.
Oh, because it was real scary out. He did like the EP, didn't he? Like the 3 songs.
Yeah, but I expect so much. Oh, Astroworld came out, but that's just more hip hop.
What
Travis Scott's album.
I'm gonna look up best albums of 2018 because I can't think of what else came out this year.
Most of the time, Cardi B came out.
Cardi B kind of blew up in 2018.
She did. I mean, her and Offset cheating on each other and shit. It's hilarious to watch. The Black Panther soundtrack was great. I will say the music in that movie was fantastic.
He didn't come out with an album, but Gambino did This Is America.
Yeah, Gambino.
He didn't do an album,
He
did he?
didn't drop an album this year. Neither did Joey Badass, which I was upset about. He's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, there really isn't much.
Yeah, not much music this year. I think the albums that I listened to were probably like 9s across the board. But
honestly,
overall,
I know it wasn't this year, but Man's Not Hot was big this year. It was 2017, but
It's Not Hot.
That was, honestly, I think that was like number 2 on my most played song this year.
Dude, why?
Because I think it just got played every time like I got in a car because it was hilarious. Yes, you're out of ice.
Well, we also have to remember that Mo Bamba came. Or it came out last year, but it exploded this year.
Did it really come out
Yeah,
in 2017?
Mo Bamba's like a year and a half old, yeah.
It like blew up in the last 4 months.
I know. All the white kids, dude. Our people.
I know a lot of them came out this year. I know a lot of them are great YouTube songs.
Dude, Bitch Lasagna is the greatest song I've ever heard in my entire life.
I don't
Are you
think
kidding me? That's PewDiePie's diss track against T-Series.
No, I
it's
haven't.
hilarious.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
But I know there was a lot of...
It's...
Because diss tracks were 2017. It was like the massive beefs blew up like towards the end of 2017.
Yeah.
And then 2018 was the year of boxing.
It was. I watched that.
But there was so many songs that came out this year. I don't know if it came out this year, but Slow Motion with Randolph and KSI, I still love that song.
Those dudes make me laugh. Like, how do you make that much money doing... Look, let's be real here, okay? They don't do that much. They do.
They're a personality.
They're a personality. They
record
make
their
money
videos from being famous, which is what people...
Kardashians do.
It's people on reality TV shows, but they do it on YouTube.
You know me, I'm a free market guy. If there's a market for them, fuck yeah.
I know I haven't said TV shows. Sidemen Show was 2018. I'm pretty sure it came out.
What?
The Sidemen Show came out in 2018.
Oh yeah.
So this was the year they did a video like every week or almost every week, like the Sidemen Sunday videos and stuff. I'm English, so I like them more, and people probably have no idea what I'm talking about. They're YouTubers from England.
I'm deep on YouTube, so I know what you're talking about.
I know you do, but...
Well, no, I think the reality is those YouTubers, they have so much beef for no goddamn reason. Also, Logan Paul Redemption Tour, he films a dude who killed himself, and then all of a sudden, he started a podcast, and I texted you about this.
Yes.
I listened to that podcast with Brendan Schaub. Shout out Brendan Schaub. He retweeted me the other day. He's one of my favorite comedians on the planet. He's fucking hilarious.
What did you say?
Oh, it was just, they have a huge podcast called The Fighter and the Kid. Him and Brian Callen, who are they're two pretty big comedians. And I just tweeted bullshit from their show.
Okay.
But,
have you seen Deji's meant to be on it?
I have seen Digis, yeah.
Has he actually been on it?
No, not yet.
I thought he was meant to be. I don't know if he's actually been.
But Logan Paul had Brendan Schaub on a podcast, and I listened to it. It was 2 hours long, and I listened to the whole thing because
everyone said he's just a normal guy.
Logan, dude, he might seem like a goddamn moron.
Although I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure people dislike his review of 2018.
Yeah, probably. I mean, his year has been interesting.
Well, I think it's just the way they did it.
I mean, it's not as bad as YouTube Rewind, so nothing can be worse than that.
That comes up. That's coming up. I mean, we'll just skip to it because we're talking about YouTube and stuff now. The internet in 2018
was a festering dumpster fire of dog shit that I loved every minute
was
of.
Tide Pod 2018.
Yes.
It was?
Yes. I'm going to have a bowl of them when I get home for dessert.
You had Tide Pods. You had...
Jules.
Kiki, Do You Love Me?
Oh, God.
That was this year.
That was this year?
Fortnite. I mean, you can't say it's...
Epic
you can
Games,
say it's a negative. It's been a massive positive.
Epic Games made $5 billion this year, dude, as a video game company on a free game.
Yeah.
$5 billion. Yeah.
They killed it. They
That
did what every
What
competitive
year?
game hasn't done. They
Yeah.
found a superstar and made him the front of it, so people watch.
Yeah.
People haven't.
Ninja is what it is. I'm more of a myth guy when I was deep into Fortnite. I like myth.
I just like Ninja because I've known him for so long. I used to watch competitive Halo.
Yeah, dude.
Best
He was a beast on Halo too.
He was a competitive
monster.
Halo player for people who didn't know, and yes, there's competitive games. He was at the Lakers Nets game, and the commentators were like, one of them was like, more of a Halo guy. I was like, you can't say that because Ninja was a pro on Halo, and you don't know that, so you can't say you were a Halo guy, not Fortnite, because he was pro on Halo for like 4.5 years on Team Liquid or something, and he was fucking good at Halo.
Well, you have to remember that competitive gaming has taken off. Back when he was doing it, it was not nearly
I
as
hate
big.
the fact that they call. I know.
It's not a sport.
No, they call him a professional gamer.
Oh no.
To me, he is a professional streamer, content maker.
Dude,
professional gamers to me, people who play in tournaments for. I know he's played in tournaments for money, and he's won money in Fortnite and stuff, and he does do that. But he's doing it as a personality, and he's just fucking good at the game because he's sick at everything.
Yeah.
Pro gamers to me are the people who go to the World Championships for all of the games, not.
You mean like all those Korean guys that play League of Legends all the time?
The Koreans who play League of Legends and normally walk everyone, if not the Chinese, and the people who play Dota, the people who play Call of Duty,
or
Counter-Strike.
Zero and Super Smash Bros. All those guys, yeah.
They're the people who compete are competitive gamers. I know he has competed in Fortnite and before, but I wouldn't call him a competitive gamer. He's now
It's not his bread and butter.
He's a personality.
Yeah, I mean, he's transcended.
He's a streamer.
What annoys me is it's Epic Games found somebody to put out there.
So glad they stuck with it.
No, and I am too. I mean, he obviously appeals to a ridiculously large market.
Yeah.
Was he 20 million on YouTube now, something like that?
I don't know what he's at.
Yeah, I mean, the dude made $50 million this year. So
his Twitch stats were the most ridiculous. Because I remember when Shroud went full time, he quit CS, went full time on Twitch. He was the first person to reach 50,000 subs.
Well, that's monthly subs, right?
Yeah, because you have to renew.
$5 a month, dude.
Ninja gets
so much money.
4, I think. I don't know what Shroud gets. Most people get like $2.50 of the 5.
Oh, really?
If they do minimum, because there's 3 tiers, so there's a $5 15 and a 25, $5 10
I think
25.
Yeah, it's
25 is tier 3. I know that, but no. So they get different rounds. But he blew up, and he was because he went over to Disrespect and Summit, who were the leading like sub cancel mode and the most active, and he was pulling 80,000 on PUBG. And when he went, I can't believe he's still going.
I love him.
But Stroud was the big streamer of, I guess that was the end of 2017. It might be 2018. But then Fortnite came out. Ninja was good at all of the games before, but he didn't blow up as that. Fortnite came out and he blew
Exploded.
everyone out of the water.
I mean, the reality is, it's funny to listen to people our parents' age talk about this kind of stuff.
That's why I listen to the commentators talk about Ninja.
Well, and it's funny. It's they ask like, how can you watch somebody play video games? It's like, well,
How do you watch people play sports?
I watch LeBron play 3 times a week,
My favorite
and
thing.
I love it.
How do we watch people play video games? You mean real people doing real things that have actions? How do you watch someone portraying someone else in a made-up storyline and get angry when their fake boyfriend like cheats on them in the TV show, and then you say, how are we watching real people do real shit? I know they're playing a video game, but you're watching any TV drama or TV show is watching someone portray a fake personality in a fake world that someone has made up.
I didn't even think of that one. Holy shit.
Like,
yeah, you have a point.
I'm watching someone do something in real life.
Yeah.
And I follow them, and you like, oh, I really like this. How do you like that TV character? I'm like a real person.
Yeah.
I know they've got stupid names. Ninja's not his real name. Tyler, right?
Yeah, Tyler. Also,
But
Ninja's not a real person. He's a character now. It's like Dr.
people do have online personas. Not as bad as that. His Twitter's not as much as his... He's more of a character on stream than I would say he's on Twitter. Mm-hmm. On Twitter, he's still ridiculous. I know he still has the moments when he's streaming with Tim and Jack and stuff.
I mean,
But
you and I
there's a lot of...
You and I could talk about streaming for like 10 hours.
Well, no. But the internet... Oh, yeah. So what else happened on the internet this year? Podcasts, I feel like, blew up.
Podcasts. Well, Joe Rogan's always just been his own...
But I think like podcasts in general, the amount of people that started, the amount of ones that have blown up, it's not now news radio shows. Mm-hmm. They're podcasts that they do with radio people, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if you know what Opie and Anthony is. Anthony Cumia used to be a radio guy for, it was like 20 years. And he got kicked off satellite radio for some comments he made on Twitter. But He's been doing his own thing, and
did you ever hear what Russell Brand and what's his name? Russell Brand and Jonathan Ross said on the radio in England?
No.
They insulted...
Russell Brand is a psycho.
Well, they were really drunk, and I don't know if they were hosting or if they were just guests on a radio show, but they insulted, like, I don't know if it was Princess Diana or said something about...
The one who died in the car accident?
I don't think it was her, but they said something about, like, someone in the royal family, I'm pretty sure, like, on the radio when they were drunk.
Nice.
And he got cut from the BBC and everything. He now's on ITV and he's getting paid a ton more money, I'm pretty sure, and stuff.
Yeah.
But they were... That's a throwback for anyone in England who knows that, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, the reality is, podcasts right now, I think if you're going to sum up the internet this year, you have to sum up outrage culture a little bit. The people on Twitter, cancel culture.
Oh, God, that blew up so much.
Yeah, well, and I think, and if you listen to a lot of podcasts like I do, they touch on it a lot, but long-form conversation's good.
The internet is for people to speak out. That's what social media is for. It's like Twitter, you're meant to have a voice.
It's a mob.
But that doesn't mean you can get annoyed at people not agreeing with your voice.
Yeah, my biggest thing is, look, I know you're a British man, all right? We have something called the goddamn Constitution in this country, all right?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, you whooped your ass.
You didn't have an ass before us.
That's true.
You're Irish as well.
But I think unless you are directly calling for violence against somebody, I don't care how fucked up it is, okay? I've heard people say some really, really foul shit that I disagree with, and that I think they're bad people.
Yeah.
But they should be allowed to say it. And I think that's important.
The whole thing about this country is you can make money if you want to, free speech. That, like,
the individual is more important than the collective. Yeah.
Like, freedom's better. I mean, you're not Scotland, but freedom.
We also don't have anybody going to jail for things they say.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, people don't realize that. It's a real thing.
Freedom of speech goes both ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if I say something transcendently offensive, okay? I say something really, really fucked up about...
Which we probably have in our time.
Which I have. I mean,
shit.
I was on Xbox Live, obviously.
Oh, God.
But, I have an old friend of mine who's trans. If I went up to her and said some just fucked up shit in public, and, I went on Twitter and ranted about it, and...
oh, God. That's one thing
that's fucked up. That's horrible. People can say, fuck this guy, fuck him, whatever. But what people don't understand, the slippery slope is as soon as you start banning any speech, as soon as you start letting people monitor what you're allowed to say, I mean...
It's the coming back and saying you can't say that when you're just saying stuff that they don't agree with as well.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a lot of it is centered around arguments like the Second Amendment, arguments like pronoun courtesy between strangers, stuff like that. You're allowed to have a civilized conversation about it. You can disagree with people and not want to fucking rip their heads off, which I think what I'm hopeful about right now and getting back into podcasts is I think it's a small percentage on the radical left, a bunch of assholes on the far right that are very loud.
Yeah, they're the people that speak up.
They're very loud, okay?
That's why...
And then there's like
elections,
all the rest of us.
That's why elections these days, you don't know by looking at Twitter.
No.
Because if you looked at Twitter, Hillary won 90-10.
Get on Reddit, dude.
If you want to Reddit, it's probably 90-10 the other way. But
the Donald. Yeah.
But you can't listen because the people who actually matter are in charge are the people who aren't saying anything.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
It's our parents. It's are they generation? Are they X, Y, Z? Which one are they?
I think we're Gen Z.
We're
not technically millennials. We're not technically millennials.
I know we're not, but so what are they? Gen X? Are they Gen Y?
Are we?
Whatever 40 to 60-year-olds are.
Why do we have to label all of it?
Why are they letters? Why can't they be generation 60 to 40?
I'm a 22-year-old man, all right?
Yeah, you're young. I'm 23.
Yeah, you're an antique.
But that was one thing that I remember that I was on the internet, but gender norms came up this year. I feel like that blew up this year.
And I think it's cool. But if you look at countries like Sweden, who have done it by our definitions the best way possible, not much is that different.
I was going to say, the one thing I don't agree is that I think there is two genders. There is as many ways as you want to identify as. That doesn't change your physical gender.
Well, I think it's gender and sex are two distinctions to be made.
So gender is whatever your reproductive parts are. And if you've had a sex change, I will allow you to be the other one. As long as we're not talking sport, because there's been some ridiculous stories about that.
Oh my god, dude. Fana Fox, whatever the fuck her name is, transitions from a man after having a family of 5 and beats the fuck out of women in the women's UFC.
The best.
That is insanity. Or the handball player from Australia.
The best one I've seen. It's like a 34-year-old CrossFit man identifies as a 5-year-old girl, and he's just in these CrossFit gyms just snatching 200 pounds, and these girls are these tiny little 5-year-old girls have foam bars that they're lifting. He's just in there full squat with 200 pounds above his head.
Dude, the way that I look at everything, and I've talked about this, you and I have discussed this ad nauseum at this point, and I've talked about it with a lot of people.
I don't know if we have done this.
I am more than happy if you're a friend of mine that I will call you whatever pronoun you'd like me to. Whatever, you're my friend. I'll be happy to do that for you. But there's some insanity going on now. I mean, people are you can't ruin someone's life because they accidentally misgendered you when they've never met you in their entire life.
I think gender,
and that sucks.
Whatever reproductive parts you have.
Yeah, I do, dude. My biggest thing is,
and then you can identify as what. I don't care what you identify as. Good for you.
Live your fucking life.
Okay. Be happy. If it makes you happy, be happy. But
if you were born with a dick and balls, you have a higher chance of prostate cancer than a... It's true. It's the reality.
But where did that come from? That wasn't where I was going.
Well, no. I mean, it's generally what you were saying. Identify as whatever the fuck you want, but the reality is if you were born a man biologically or a woman biologically, you are more susceptible to certain things. Yeah. And that is something we need to be realistic about.
I also don't know if you picked that up on the mic, but I had to just let the dog in because he was barking outside. Because he wants attention.
He's 105 pounds of dork.
So if he makes any noise, that's the dog. It's not us, I swear.
Yeah, no. I think the world's crazy. I think...
Internet was weird in 2018.
Yeah, my entire philosophy, politically and socially, is let me do my fucking thing. You do your fucking thing. No, it's...
Can you rate the internet?
No, because it's we're new territory. The internet's constantly new territory.
I have a book that you should read, though. If anyone wants to learn about how the internet's kind of changing our lives, I think it's called... I'm going to have to look at it. I think it's called The Power of 7 or something. And it's a really good book. I only just started it, but I got recommended by a teacher in this year. It's an incredible book.
Or you could read The Art of War by Sun Tzu like I did this year from the 5th century BC.
But we skipped over this, but we're going back to it. Sports in 2018.
Well, the goddamn Warriors won again, so I don't give a fuck. No, the Capitals, it was cool to see the Capitals win.
Capitals won. Woods won a tournament.
Thank God, man. So he cheats on his wife 77 times. All right, man.
I mean, there's going to be women that are pissed off at you for saying that, but okay.
No, I'm joking. What he did was fucked up.
But he came back and won a tournament.
He's a transcendent athlete.
And then, that was the dog if you heard that. But also, World Cup was this year. Forgot that was this year. Dude, it's seems so long ago.
7 months ago, 5 months ago. Yeah, the World Cup was awesome. I still can't believe Argentina got booted that early. That blew my mind.
I'm pissed because I had them in a group pool as well. So it wasn't great for me. I picked them. We did a family pool of picking scores for every game and stuff.
Yeah.
And originally I had them going to the final against France. Because I picked Messi to go off. That's the reason I picked them to go that far.
Yeah, but it's Lionel Messi. 99.99% of the time.
Did you see
he
his
is
stats
the
this
safest
year?
bet of all time.
Most goals this year for a calendar year out of any player. Most assists this year of any calendar. Most free kicks scored this year. He finished 6th. In the best player this year, in the Ballon d'Or for soccer.
I don't get it.
Finished 6th. Most goals, most assists, most free kicks. People say LeBron doesn't get the credit he deserves. He's always in the top 3 for MVP. He should probably always win it, or at least most of the time.
Dude.
But Messi was 6th. 6th. I'm gonna look. I don't know who finished above him, but I am.
Soccer,
pissed.
football, as you guys call it.
Imagine someone
being
in.
Sport.
I mean, LeBron was there and he didn't win. But imagine someone being top points scored, top rebounds, top assists, and they come 6th in the MVP race.
Yeah, LeBron.
That's what just happened to Messi.
LeBron has led his team in every stat for the last 6 years, and people still shit talk.
And he's led the NBA in a lot of stats.
Yeah, no, dude. I mean, he's gone to the finals 8 times.
For anyone that cares who it was for soccer, Luka Modric had a great year. Not taking that away from him. Not as good as Messi's. Ronaldo was 2. I don't remember him doing shit this year, apart from winning the Champions League. He won the Champions League.
When did he move to PS?
In the summer. So he won the Champions League in May and then moved to Juventus.
Yeah.
And now he's there. Griezmann was 3rd. He's just had a normal Griezmann year, I'm pretty sure. Mbappe, great player. Messi finished 5th, according to Wikipedia, not 6th. And Salah had a better year than Ronaldo.
Oh.
And he was 6.
My man's from Liverpool?
Yeah.
Salah's the fucking dude.
That's ridiculous.
I'm still so pissed that they
also,
intentionally hurt him.
how is the highest player from City 9th? We broke the league record in goals for, points, home wins, away wins, total wins, goal difference for winning a title, and the best player was apparently 9th in Europe.
Yeah, because fuck Man City.
I'm a City fan for anyone who couldn't tell.
Fuck Man City.
But yeah, how the hell did Messi finish? That's rude. But 2018 in sports was... There's a lot... Who won the Masters this year? I can't remember. It wasn't Johnson, was it? No. He was winning everything and
it wasn't
was
DJ.
One for ages,
no, it was a new dude.
Baseball.
It was a dude he's won like
Baseball's
3
Red
of the
Sox,
last
right?
5 majors.
Red Sox won.
Which everybody expected. My mom's a Red Sox fan.
I mean, I know the Warriors won basketball. I was about to say
fuck
baseball.
the Warriors.
But,
I hate the Warriors.
I mean, the team LeBron took the finals. Look at them now. What are they? 9-30?
Yeah.
Something like...
They might have won 10 games.
They hadn't last time I checked. The Bucks are winning that side. Last time I checked.
Bucks are fucking good. They have a dude
Bucks-
named Giannis Antetokounmpo. If you've never heard of that
Bucks
guy
are
before.
good.
He's 7'3".
Raptors are meant to
He's
be
got
better.
a 7'9" wingspan.
Celtics are meant to be better. 76ers are
the
meant to be
Celtics.
better. I think the Pacers are better. I don't know if they're meant to be.
Oladipo's good.
That Pacers team is the toughest challenge LeBron had in the playoffs. That was round 1.
Celtics, they took him to 7 games. Celtics,
yeah, but he
Celtics,
should
they were
have
losing
lost.
3-2.
He should have lost against the Pacers.
Yeah, he should
He threw like 3 40-point games or like triple doubles or whatever in there. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, no, if you
don't
look
quote
at-
me on those facts. I know he had he set records in that.
No, if you look at
series.
LeBron's last 2 years of
and he's like
playoff
34
stats.
or something.
33. He's at 16th year in the NBA.
It's ridiculous.
He's gonna play, dude. He's gonna be playing. He's gonna play until he's 40.
But yeah.
He's gonna be number 1 all-time
So
scoring.
him taking, he's not going to be number 1. There are no ways.
He's not that far behind Kareem.
He's like 6,000 or something, isn't he? Which is like 3 seasons.
He's gonna play
actually.
7 more years.
If he's healthy, yeah.
He's gonna play 7 more years.
7. He's not Dirk.
He's 33, dude. He's missed 4 games now. This is the most consecutive games he's missed in his entire career.
I don't think.
do.
Actually,
It's like 6,000.
It depends.
It might not even be 6,000.
It depends what. If he wins 2 titles in the next 5 years, he's done.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If
but he's not
he-
going to. Who can the Lakers recruit right now? I mean, they're going to try and get Anthony Davis.
and
They're going
Leonard.
to try and get Anthony Davis.
Do you get Davis and Leonard? Fuck the Warriors.
They can't pay
LeBron,
them.
Davis, and Leonard. LeBron almost beat them like 2 years ago. Look at who he had. Kyrie was out,
Yeah.
and he had Kevin Love who wasn't shooting.
That's true.
I can't even remember who else he had.
Amon
he have
Schubert,
Jefferson
J.R.
then?
Smith.
J.R. Smith,
Richard Jefferson
Shumpert,
was on the team
and
that
Thompson.
one. Tristan Thompson was on that team.
No hate to them,
Matthew
but
Dellavedova was on
the
that
team that he basically manhandled, and then last year, that team, how he got them to finals, I don't fucking know, but
I mean, the NBA is a crapshoot right now.
who won hockey? Oh no, Knights didn't win. It was Capitals, wasn't it? Yeah, we
Yeah,
won.
Capitals won, which was
Although
sick.
Knights making it there, very impressive as well. I know they're not doing as good, or they're not in the league doing as good. They still might make finals and stuff. They're not far behind.
They'll
now.
make the playoffs. Yeah.
Like that's impressive as a new team.
You have to think. So my thing about them talking about the whole new team dynamic
Baseball was
is
actually a good year though.
every team in the
Hockey
NHL.
was a good year.
Every team in the NHL was able to protect 3 players, I believe. Okay, 2 players maybe.
Well, they had a brand new team as well, so they were going to lose. Who the
Yeah,
fuck do you protect on a new team?
So yeah, no, it's a league draft.
Yeah.
So you're taking like the 3rd best player from every team
Yeah,
in the
and-
league and putting them on a
But
new
if
team.
like,
They're gonna succeed.
if you've got Crosby, like the backup to Crosby could be the 2nd best player in the NHL.
I mean, look at
but
the
you
Av-
probably wouldn't protect it.
Look at the Avs this year. I mean, the Avalanche are fucking good. And
But I think they're now
and-
behind the Knights again.
yeah, we are. We've had it bad. We think we've had 7 overtime losses this year.
NFL, Eagles winning, don't mind that.
Nick
Even the
Foles'
start-
giant dick slapping
What was it
everybody.
with you and Dix this podcast?
No, it's not about me and Dix this moment.
It's just you and Dix
It's just
in
me and
general.
Dix in general, dude. Nick Foles just unfurled his gigantic Philadelphia
Big Dick.
wiener. Yeah, dude.
I'm sad because I'm a Vikings fan. So
You
that
are a
game,
Vikings
Minneapolis
fan.
Miracle, great, but that also hardest photo I've ever seen. Look up Stephon Diggs after that.
Oh yeah.
That photo
I've
that
seen
I
that
have from
photo.
that. But the not bad in football. Even the beginning of this, like basically the season this year for football.
Patrick Mahomes is unbelievable. Philip
It's been a
Rivers
good
is
year.
having a
College
great year.
football. I don't
Alabama's going to win again.
Last year, I probably agree with the college football playoff teams. This year, everyone knew it was going to happen, but Georgia should have been in.
Yes, but the reality is Georgia had their chance.
Well,
they lost 2 games. They got shit on by LSU.
But I don't care about that. Who is the only team to beat Bama twice this year? I mean, they technically didn't beat them.
But Alabama's undefeated. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, no. So Georgia went and beat Jalen Hurts last year in the national championship game. They lost to Tua. They beat Jalen. They were smacking them at the half. They lost to Jalen. And then they come out this year, they're smacking Tua, and they lose to Jalen. They've beaten both quarterbacks in separate games, but then lost to the other one in those games.
Well, and that's just the reality of Alabama.
I don't know if that's bad coaching, like you're not prepared for both, or if you're so prepared for one that you just forgot what the other one does.
I think Alabama's just that good. Their entire roster, they run 5 stars. 3 positions deep. So
Duke this year in basketball, fuck that team.
Zion Williamson's pretty big. I mean, he's what 200.
He's bigger than LeBron.
He's
280.
If he goes into the NBA right now, he's the 2nd heaviest player, and the only player heavier than him is
NBA light.
No. What the?
He's only at like 280.
No, don't conflate NFL weights. The only player in the NBA that's heavier than him right now is the 7'4" guy on the Clippers. Look it up.
I think I'm just thinking Shaq.
Well, yeah, Shaq was 340,
I think.
No, what did he? Because he came into the league at like 290.
I would look it up, but his Wikipedia will say like 7'3", 240 or 340 or something.
Yeah, I think
that's not what he is.
When he was on the Lakers with Kobe, he was playing. He was
changed
playing around 320.
Because LeBron's 265.
He's 6. The conspiracy, LeBron's 6'10". Have you seen about that?
No, the conspiracy, Durant is 7'2" or 7'1" or whatever.
Kevin Durant's 7 feet tall.
He's listed at what, 6'10"?
Yeah, he's 7 feet tall.
He's not.
He's 7 foot.
His wingspan's like 7. You can't have like a 7'5" wingspan if you're 6'10".
Yeah, you can.
I mean, physically, sure, possible. He doesn't.
The NBA is a bunch of genetic abnormalities.
It's like the average wingspan is like within however many inches of your height. The average wingspan for the NBA is like something like 6 inches over your height or something.
My wingspan's 4 inches taller than I am.
I want to know what Russell's is. Westbrook, for anyone not knowing what I meant.
Well, Russell Westbrook's also
he's
6'3".
Yeah, I thought he was 6'1" for a second.
No, he's 6'3".
So 6'3". His wingspan, I know he's got mad hops anyway, but his wingspan's got to be
6'8", I think.
It's got to be big.
Sounds like 6'8". Yeah, 6'8" sounds about right. But Giannis is the craziest one. He's 7'2" or whatever. He has almost an 8-foot wingspan.
Greek freak.
And he's Greek.
Yeah.
He's fucking nothing good has
Is
come.
he Greek?
Nothing good has come out of Greece
How's he Greek?
since Socrates.
I'm sure there was someone after him. Was it
Plato was after him because they made Socrates drink
No,
hemlock.
I'm trying to think who am I thinking of? What's his name? Wasn't Achilles after him?
No, are you high, dude? Yeah, the dog agrees that you're fucking high. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I think he's from like the Greek Isles.
I feel like all of the wars were after the. I know they're not, but in my history, it's not correct. It's just in my head. I go like philosophers, then war. So I've got like all the Greek war heroes are like after
wars were way first.
Like Ajax. I'm just thinking of Troy. Like Ajax, which are a football team, which is why I'm saying Ajax, not Ajax.
Well, no, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, there's a podcast for the 4 people listening to this right now. It's called.
If there's 4 people, I'm impressed.
Yeah, I know. I'd be excited if 4 people listen to us for this.
And
long.
if Catherine's one of them, you can fuck off.
Yeah. It's
Matt's sister. Hi, Kevin.
It's Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. So they're 4-hour episodes. Okay.
Well, me and you both. Well, I listened to it. You read Norse mythology.
Yeah.
That was a good.
Very interesting.
Well, I also talking about audiobooks earlier. I don't know how we got back onto this, but I started listening to Tales of Beedle the Bard by J.K. Rowling. So I went through the first Wizard World fairy tales.
Yeah.
They are some weird stories.
No, J.K. Rowling's she's trying to retcon her entire.
She already had them. Trust me, she already had them written.
Dude, she's talking about Dumbledore being gay because someone said it on Twitter.
No, she knew.
Give me proof.
She has. It makes it sound really creepy with all the time he spent with Harry when you say he's gay.
She says he's gay. If he's gay, cool. Where's the proof in the books?
Why do you have to come out and say he's gay? From her perspective,
I mean, that makes sense from her perspective, but it's interesting.
The amount she knows, though, if you could ask her about anything, yes, she might just be making up on the spot, but everything intertwines. The amount like she knows about people's life after Hogwarts, the amount she knows about before and stuff. That comes out this year. The new Fantastic Beasts. That hasn't come out yet, has it?
That already came out.
Has it already come out?
Mm-hmm. I heard very mixed things.
I've fucking missed that then. I need to go back and watch that.
The first one was good.
Why it's just because
I love Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, because it's the Cameron Gunners. Because it's Dumbledore's like 90. That's what I'm going to say.
90. That's it.
Minimum.
No, he's
like,
old, he's way older.
Work it out like minimum. Well, he's 90.
No, I'm pretty sure he's
because Voldemort's like 75 or something when he dies.
Well, but you have to think Dumbledore was already a professor when Voldemort was. So yeah, you
go
school.
back like when the memory of Harry in the Chamber of Secrets when he's back there and Riddle's like 18 or whatever. Dumbledore has brown hair though, so he's younger. Paddy, shush. This is why the dog was locked outside earlier, because I knew it was going to interrupt and make noises. Right.
So the internet was a nightmare.
Well, yeah.
Sports was awesome. It was a good year for sports.
I was going to say, we started kind of wavering on it. Sports was a good year.
Outside of the Warriors winning, it was a good year for sports.
I mean, the NBA was still decent. People had hope. I don't know why they had hope in the West.
The Rockets fucking blew it.
I never thought they were going to win.
They missed 27 threes in a row in one game.
Yeah.
Consecutively. And they kept on casting them.
This is the only argument it's not the only, but the only argument there should be of who should be the MVP of last year.
It's LeBron.
Why?
It's LeBron.
James Harden can't carry a team that is how many times better than that Cavs team against the Warriors when I know you lose Chris Paul in it, but that team's still better and he can't get close to them and he didn't do any of the series out. LeBron went to the finals through what? 2 7-game series and a whatever it was against the Raptors, 6 against the Raptors, and then he didn't get swept. Did he get swept?
Nope.
Didn't get swept.
They didn't get swept, but they lost game 1 because of James Harden J.R. Smith, the greatest fuck up in the history of the NBA.
Also, if they up 2-0.
Yeah, no. If they're up,
like that changes.
If they win game 1, they win game 1, that changes everything.
How did James Harden can't carry a team? Because I've heard people this year speak on ESPN and be like, James Harden can't carry this team. But
James Harden is averaging 41 points a game in the last 10 games. And he's still not carrying that team
hard enough. Hard enough.
Yeah, he'll run out of steam, but I mean, he had 45 last night.
Paul's still out, isn't he?
Chris Paul's
the
most overplayed player.
You couldn't say he can carry that team this year.
No, not against the.
There is never any point you can count out.
Well, they traded Trevor Ariza left for free agency, who was a pretty key piece of that.
You can't ever say that LeBron couldn't carry a team.
No, the reality is, if you were really...
That's it. Most valuable player, I mean, just look at the record this year after LeBron left and look at who the fuck he took to the finals.
Well, that's because the MVP...
Larry Nance Jr., he played in the Mountain West. I saw him play at Moby against CSU. I know he's a good guy and his dad played in the NBA and he will be a great basketball player probably if he doesn't get injured and stuff.
Yeah.
But he played in the Mountain West and he took him to the finals.
No, the reality is the MVP award is not the most valuable player. It's not. No, because that would be LeBron would have won every year for the last
maybe not 1 year at Miami. Maybe not one. The team with Bosh and Wade when they were still in there, and you had Allen and stuff when Allen hit that 3.
Ray Allen.
That year.
Yeah, that year they
maybe
won the
not. I don't know what happened that year. Maybe LeBron was still the best that year, but maybe not. I mean, yeah, he probably was the best.
He was. But no, I mean, the reality is the MVP award is not. It's not the most valuable player for your team that year.
Well, no, this is what I hate about American MVPs. In basketball, it's not the best player, or the not most valuable player. In football, it's not the best player.
It's the best quarterback or running back.
Well, no, it's the best quarterback.
Well, Heisman has some running backs.
Well, Heisman does. When did the last NFL MVP be a running back?
I can't answer that question because I can't remember.
Yeah, it probably wasn't that long ago, but not recently.
No, this year
I don't know who it goes. Hockey's different because hockey everyone scores, but
no, hockey actually I think has the best MVP vote.
Baseball, you have like a team, so baseball is kind of just fucked anyway.
Well, you have You have league MVPs. You have gold gloves for position. You have best batters.
Slugging position.
Yeah. And shout out the Colorado Rockies. Next year we're making the World Series. Nolan Arenado with 6 gold gloves in a row.
I mean, who's at third base that can stop him?
No one. He's the best.
Unless someone gets traded.
He is the best third baseman in the.
I can't believe Tulowitzki got cut for when he showed like $20 million on his contract.
I know they're gonna pay him out though. So
well, no, they have to.
Yeah,
they cut him.
Fuck
and
it.
now he's the new young Yankees GM said that he's now currently the starting shortstop for them.
I'm so. Well, we have
I don't know who
we
they
have Trevor
had.
Story, so it's okay.
Was Didi their short?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're moving on. We spent way too long on those. Maybe not, because we could just talk for however long we want. But
sports are the best.
2018. What can we leave behind?
Outrage culture.
I thought you were going to say Tide Pods.
And Tide. No, I use Tide Pods. They're awesome.
Don't eat them.
They're so convenient.
Not healthy.
What can we leave behind? I don't know. Straws. Fuck straws.
Entitled people.
Entitled. In
I feel like there was a lot of the people on Twitter were like, oh, they can't say this. I'm Beyonce. You're not Beyonce, but like those kind of people. Like there was. This isn't anything against feminism or feminists, but I feel like a lot of women who said they were feminists this year were just. You can't just say you're something and say it and then not listen to the opponents. So many people this year. It's not just feminism. I don't know why I said that, but that's the one that came to mind. But
outrage culture, bro.
Yeah, so many people that extend you can't say this back to me. It's like, well, if you're saying an opinion, why am I not allowed my opinion back? If you don't want me, block me. If you want to have a conversation, let us talk, not just block and be outraged.
That's the biggest limitation of Twitter, though. You have to think 240 characters, which
more
is
than
why
120, 140. What was it?
So it's 280. Sorry.
What was it? Yeah, 140.
They doubled it, which is why I love podcasts. I love listening to podcasts with people who fucking disagree with each other because it is interesting.
Oh, yeah, and I appreciate people. I don't care if you hate each other. If you can sit down and have a conversation, mad respect.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to like each other. You don't have to agree. But be civil.
There are some people you look at them and see, Goldbrand and Dillashaw fucking hate each other.
Yeah,
and they still. I don't know if they did after this one, the most recent one, but they're still just respect. You got in the room and we fought. They still hate each other.
Yeah,
but you've got to get in there. Basically, you have to get in there. That's a great example. You have to get in there with your gloves on and fight it out with someone. You can't just be, I'm going to punch you and run.
Yeah. No, and I think it's all a pendulum, right?
Yeah.
And I think the pendulum is swinging back towards reason, for lack of a better word. I think it is swinging back towards people.
I think it has towards the end of this year.
I know
it's now 2019, but
ultimately,
go over it.
Most people are sick of the bullshit. They're sick of everybody trying to scream at each other all the time.
I think it's because it's been over a year because it started in 2017.
It started when Trump got fucking.
Well, yeah, it basically started in 2016.
Yeah.
2017 wasn't bad, but it was the standard everyone can deal with. Oh, he's not my president. Oh, fuck this, fuck that. It was the kind of standard thing. This year kind of got a bit ridiculous.
Insane.
Well, as we said, the internet, you can't rate the internet. This year was fucked.
This year was crazy, dude.
Overall, though, this year's been...
It's been interesting.
Well, no, so I'm not going to say what my brother said, but my brother gave it a 9, and something terrible happened for this year, and he still gave it a 10. It's it must have been a bloody good year. And we'll talk about that. I'm not going to say on podcast because it's not my place to say. But shout out to my brother. He probably won't listen to this, but if he is, shout out to him. Keep going soccer coaching. But no, 2018 overall. I mean, we graduated. Big up us.
Bullshit, dude. I want to be in college still.
World Cup. I basically am. I don't do shit.
I don't have a dude.
You say we want to be back in college. What were we doing on New Year's? We were having college bars.
Yeah. Because when I was in college, my drinking habits weren't a problem by standard definitions. Okay.
Has anyone said they're a problem now? Or are you just doing that quotation?
Just my mom.
See, so
just my mom.
You know Eric Lanza. His parents were I swear you're I always see you when you're hungover, like Raul said. And it's Dad, are you seriously talking about this? Yeah. His parents, his dad drinks like a fish. I know they're part Mexican, but
they are. He loves tequila. That dude fucking drinks tequila.
He loves everything.
A beast.
He was at Fuzzy's more than me last year, probably. That's impressive for anyone who knows me.
My parents aren't big drinkers. But yeah, no, I think graduating college has been as eye-opening as everybody said it would be.
I wasn't gonna ask this on this podcast because we were just gonna review 2019 and then make predictions of 2019. But I'm gonna ask it. transition from college life to real world life. Were we prepared?
No.
Is it as we expected? What's different if it's not? Like, what's the biggest difference? Like, would you have done anything different in college? Like, now you're in the real world? Like,
Yeah, I would have stuck with engineering.
you were engineering at the beginning?
Yeah.
I didn't know him at that point.
Yeah, I might come off like a drunk idiot, but I'm not a drunk idiot. No, I'm a drunk idiot.
We're both drunk idiots.
Yeah, we're both
That's
drunk
why this is
idiots.
called Cox-tales. We're drinking with cocktails and having conversations. It's
But
the point
no,
of the
I think
podcast.
college didn't prepare me at all for the real world.
One thing someone
my
said to me
parents
was,
did.
college isn't to learn about the real world, it's to learn how to learn.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I mainly agree with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the benefit is I did learn some things in college that are applicable to my job.
I was going to say, we had kind of specific degrees, so we probably learned more than a lot of people towards
Yeah.
what we're going to do. I was CS, he was accounting and finance. Accounting and finance?
Yeah. But
Like,
I think
we'd learned technical stuff, but
I think the reality is my parents played a much larger influence on my ability to adapt to the real world.
oh yeah, so did mine. But when I was 7, so I've been adapting for. how many
Yeah,
years
I
is that?
mean, it's the benefit is
I've been adapting for 15, 16 years.
I've been living near my parents for all of college.
True, yeah, you were from
I was
college.
around, and
we both go to CSU for anyone on this, which is Colorado State University, and Colorado State University is in the town he grew up in. I'm English, I'm not from here, but I live with my brother.
the accent, yeah, I couldn't tell.
The amount of Americans that say Australian, I'm not surprised, especially if I'm like talking really quickly because I've had some whiskey. It probably isn't helping.
Yeah, no, I don't think college really prepares you. I think the people you surround yourself with prepare you.
What's different than you expected though? Like, what did you expect, and like, is it different, or were you just not prepared for? Like, you expect it, but you're still just not prepared.
I expected it to be hectic. I expected it to be a grind early on. But nothing prepares you for that. I mean, I'm working.
Do you think you took the right job though?
Yeah.
Or, so it's not you like went the
for
wrong way.
The circumstances of my education, the people that I know, and the opportunities I found myself in, I think I chose the best route I could. I did public accounting for 4 months, and if I'd done it for 10 years, I would put a bullet in my brain. So
I thought you only wanted to do it for like the start and then go differently.
yeah, but I couldn't have even done it. I couldn't have done it. 3 years is typically
Respect
the
to
minimum.
any public accountants out there then.
Yeah, no, I have a couple buddies doing it, and they're saying they hate their lives, but it'll be worth it, and inevitably.
That's why I thought you were going to do it, because I thought you were going to be that guy.
I couldn't. It required another year of school. That's the problem.
Ah.
And I don't have 30 grand laying around. Okay, I don't have.
Mate, that's like a year.
I don't
for
have
me.
30,000.
That's less than a year. Without this, I had slight academic scholarship. My semesters towards the end were $17,500 a semester. So 35 grand a year being an international student here. That's not even that pricey for America.
Yeah, it's CSU. We're not like a top tier university.
But we're not, but like it's probably slightly higher than mid range. I had academic money, so it slightly got brought down, but not that much. Major props to my family. I wouldn't be here without them. I'd be dead on the side of the road right now.
Same, for sure.
But
it's
I haven't really gone into it because I haven't got my full-time job yet. I'm still kind of doing what I did throughout college, and my family is being patient with me, and I'm
no, I haven't asked. What are you doing right now?
I still work with CSU Athletics.
Are
I
you?
still do
Are
the
you still
same
doing
job, and I'm waiting for a job that is coming that will be soon. No.
Oh.
I have no idea what you just said, but no.
No, I thought you were talking about you were doing sunglasses or
No. So it's something that I'll announce soon. I mean, actually no, it's already been announced on Twitter, and we have it's X Golf.
X Golf?
So it'll be a golf simulation bar.
That's pretty sick. So like a smaller Topgolf kind of thing?
Yeah, so Top Golf, but with simulators inside.
As
the
opposed to a
Falklands.
gigantic $10 million facility.
Yeah, which they're building down on I-25. They're building one just
Yeah,
before
they're
the
building another
70. Because you drive past and you see, oh, that kind of looks like golf bays, like a driving range. And then you drive past and there's 90-foot wide, 60-foot deep holes in the ground. You're like, yeah, that's Top Golf.
Yeah. No, it's
the holes in the ground give it away.
That's a great idea, actually.
Well, no, so it's a franchise out of Michigan, I believe, is where my coworker, who's the one who's starting the Falklands one's probably going to hear this and he's like, might correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's started they got the technology from someone, China, Japan, somewhere in that direction, I believe. They started in Michigan, so they've, in I believe it's 3 years, they've opened 6 and they're about to open
Really?
another 3. I
Holy
believe.
shit! Good for those guys. Good for those guys.
I don't know if they're outside of Michigan. I know there's one in Grand Junction right now, but the guy I'm going to work for is opening one in Fort Collins. He wants to open more. I hope I'm not saying too much. If it is, I might have to take it down. We'll see. We'll edit it out. If you don't hear this, you're not hearing this. So why am I saying this? But yeah, so that's where I'm going.
That's cool. No, I think.
So yeah, I haven't really gone to the real world yet, but
it is what it is.
Mine's going to be different to most because I'm going to be working in that sort of environment. Whereas I'm not going to be in an office, which I really don't want to. I've never wanted. I've wanted to own my business. I don't yes, owning your own business is a lot of hard work and stuff, but you set your own hours. Biggest things for me are flexibility and progression.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Like flexibility. Like the office I work in now, they are incredibly friendly. We have a great time. Like we went for lunch today. We went and had a beer at lunch and had lunch. But we had an intern appreciation event at the end of the year. We went up to our suite at the CSU Stadium afterwards because we have one for sponsors. Like had some drinks at the end because congratulations, like finishing the season, you did great. Like it's such a fun atmosphere. I don't want to go to work for anywhere that is. It will probably be less because that place is incredible. I love my job right now, but I can't do it full time. But yeah, so I'm probably not going to go into where most people go, at least at the start. Visa depending. Big up, let me stay in America.
Yeah,
if there's anyone in like the US government who wants to give me approve my H1B when it gets applied for, hit me up. I want it.
Yeah, no,
or if anyone wants to marry me.
I work for a very, it's a profit-focused business, sales, so it's profit-focused.
It's what I don't want to do. Americans are so, I'm not going to say so comfortable, but you're so comfortable with sales.
Oh, dude, it's chill.
Oh, so you weren't in the class. So one of the last classes of CSU I had for like college was international business, and we had to, we watched a video comparing China, India, and America, like high school students. Do you know what America tested highest in? Self-confidence.
Bullshit. Yeah, no, fuck that, dude.
We've got way off topic, but this is a good conversation.
Look, okay. I spent, several years in the American education system. I think I'm somewhat of an expert on it. It's bullshit, okay? Look, I'm sorry. My younger sister just getting into high school right now. And she's talking about they're taking all these self-confidence classes and shit. Take physics, god damn it.
I mean, yes and no.
What the hell, dude?
You can always learn equations, how to do things. If you came to college having no self-confidence, by the age you're 18 when you come, how hard is it to gain that? Compared to how hard is it to gain a knowledge of like a subject?
Are you assuming I had self-confidence when we came into college?
Well, I'm just saying, I would rather do it, quote unquote, the American way, and at a younger age become self-confident, know how to have conversations with strangers, know how to hold myself in like a argument, conversation stuff, and then learn how to do things. You're always going to be able to learn.
Yeah.
If you, I know there are people out there struggling with anxiety stuff. People still struggle at the end of college in business, doing presentations.
Yeah, public speaking is, if you can't tell, my family is pretty...
I know your family.
Forthcoming.
People don't, or listening don't.
Forthcoming.
Yes.
We're very much, we don't give a shit.
No.
We're very content with ourselves. My parents instilled confidence in us at a young age, which I looking back, I appreciate.
That's what I'm
a
thinking.
lot of people don't have that.
I hadn't thought about it until now, but I would way rather be confident going into college than have college credit, let's say. I'd rather have confidence coming in, be able to public speak and give presentations, than have AP maths, AP physics, AP. That you can learn that. And you're going to learn that, and you're probably going to go back over it if you took it in high school. You're probably going to go back over it when you come here, unless you test out some of the classes.
Yeah, that's true.
I would way rather, because confidence is something, yes, you can learn as you go on, and it's kind of a self-love thing. I know that's big recently. People love self-love as a word, or 2 words. But
it's hyphenated. We'll call it a phrase.
But I'd much rather come in having that. Yes, you need a base knowledge, but you're always going to have that. I'd much rather have the self-confidence than... Because you don't do that in England. How many presentations did you do in high school?
A shitload.
I don't think. Apart from when we did... What are they called? challenges, like school challenges, we had to create something new against other schools and stuff. I don't think we did presentations outside of that, trying to think of it.
No shit, really. No, I think, look, my thing is about American education is we need to make sure, there needs to be a refocusing on the core subjects a little bit more. I mean, I remember kids...
I don't like how you separate maths. And yes, I say maths.
Maths
Watch
meaning...
Jimmy mathematics.
Well, no, maths meaning, like, what do you mean separation?
You separate it into algebra, geometry, trigonometry, and all of that.
Do you guys not do that?
No, we just call it maths. You learn still parts of all of them, but you don't separate it.
Really?
So we just kind of learn abroad. So if you're really good at trig, you don't get to go down like trig 3 or whatever. You just kind of learn what is in your class and what's in your quote unquote bandwidth of like
your
learning.
wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we never learned calculus at like the equivalent of high school. Granted, we stopped high school in England like 2 years earlier, so I stopped maths at 16.
You didn't take calc in high school?
No. So I could stop math at 16 if I wanted. I did.
Really?
I didn't do it. My maths teacher wanted me because I could have done like an extra class because I was in the top set, which means you were in the top class. We
Humble
got put into sets.
Humble brag.
Well, no, so I was explaining. So we get put into sets. There's like sets 1 through 4, depending on how many people are in your year, like in that subject. So we got asked. Some of us got asked to do. It was called Maths Plus, and I think that's when you start learning like the basics of calculus. But I stopped maths at 16 before ever doing that. So I came here at age 19, having not done maths for 3-4 years, never learned calculus. Probably shouldn't say this. Cheated on my placement exam for maths. My sister took it with me, I placed it out of like the PACE stuff and like Math 117
so you went
and
straight
stuff.
to calc?
So I went straight to business calc. Never done calc before. Probably could have learnt it, but learning in college compared to learning in class, like in high school, completely different.
You and I had class together. How much fucking Twitch did
you
we watch?
Let's
talk about how much I learned in a classroom.
You have to really pay attention and really go to office hours if you want to learn in college.
Yeah.
Because I took business for 2 years before I came here. I knew the basis of marketing. I knew the basis of management. Because I'd taken business, and in business in England, again, it wasn't separated. It was business. Mm-hmm. So we went through marketing. We didn't do accounting or like finance and that. So they were new, but it was kind of common sense almost to me. That sounds horrible.
Accounting's pretty gnarly. The upper division accounting is
210 and 220. If you're good at maths, like the stats and stuff, like that stuff wasn't too taxing if you're good with numbers, really. There are
accounting jokes, taxing.
I didn't make that, but great joke on me. High five.
Bazinga.
He's the sideman.
Yeah. I mean, it's
he's lost a lot of weight. He's
US...
lost 40 kilos since the start of the year, I think.
My thing about... I mean, right now, a lot of the public schools in the US are so bad. It's so bad.
Are we public, CSU? Or do you mean high school?
High school, because the reality is...
Because in England, there's 3 different types of quote-unquote high school, because we go 11 to 16, and then we go to college, where we choose what we do. So that's different.
You go to college, and then you go to university, right?
Yes.
Yeah!
So 11 to 16, there's
so
3 different types you can do. There's public, which is anyone can go. Grammar, anyone can go if you pass the placement exam. And private, where you have to pay and pass like a entrance exam.
Really?
So there's 3 different ways you can go. So grammar is the intelligent people who can't afford private school. Mm-hmm. Private school is what you think of an English private school. There's a lot of...
there's
do you know who Calix is on YouTube?
There's a lot of pip doodly doos.
Do you know who Calix is? Well, Stephen Fry went to private school. Hugh Laurie went to private school. Yeah. It's like, it's Eton, it's Windsor, it's the high up places you know where royalty is.
Yeah. Like
that's where they go to. And then you have public school, which is what I went to. There are very good public schools.
Yeah.
But there's 3 you can go to in England. But here it's... Do you have private high schools?
Ready? So I'll break it down for you. We have private, public, and then charter's technically private. Is it like grammar where you have to get in, but you don't really pay? It depends. It depends on the school. So, for example, my dad's from Northern California. He went to a public elementary school, which is kindergarten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was going to say, because some private schools and grammar schools, you can go from...
K through 12.
Yeah, you can go through to end of college from beginning. You have to wear uniforms the whole time.
It depends on the school.
That's one thing that changes in England and America. You have to wear uniforms in England.
Yeah, I know you guys do. Yeah.
I wore a shirt and tie for 5 years.
Yeah, no, it depends on where you go. There's private schools that will offer you scholarship for academics and athletics, but there's private and there's public schools. Private schools, 99.9% of the time are
Like Harvard, Yale type people who want to go to that type of thing?
not necessarily. There's just, especially once you get towards the cities, where public schools can get pretty rough.
True, I guess, yeah, that's just
they get pretty rough in the U.S. So,
you give out scholarships here. We don't.
Yeah, exactly. That's the difference. So
You might,
a lot of those private schools,
I know
you
someone
call
who-
them college prep for the most part.
He would have got a full ride athletic scholarship anywhere in the country here. He didn't. I think he got like maybe half his tuition in England.
Yeah, it's way different. Yeah, well, and you
It's
also
mad.
think
That's
there's
for
more
people
people.
wondering, that's why I came to the US. Athletics. That's why I originally came.
Yeah, so I mean, the U.S. the school structure is interesting. Private schools tend to place students at better universities.
Is the teaching better, or do they just try harder?
I went to private school for 4
Because that's one
years.
massive thing in England that I will say afterwards.
But the reality, it's hard for me to give an opinion on the whole country because
When did you go? What ages?
I was 10
through 14 if you went for 4 years.
14, yeah. So I went until freshman year of high school.
So that's not... That's a high learning age, I'd say. Like that's when you learn a lot.
I'm in Fort Collins, okay? I'm in...
Private school?
Yeah, I went to a Catholic school in town. It's one of the nicest communities in the country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great place to visit,
and
by the way.
the public school system here is nationally recognized every year for being phenomenally good. So I can't speak to the disparity between private schools and other places.
There's a lot of people who went to private school. Private school, you have smaller classes.
Mm-hmm.
You have the one-on-one teacher time, but you're not necessarily more intelligent, and they're not necessarily better teachers. But you're at private school, you get made to go do your homework, you get made to revise, and you have to, like, you can't get away with, like, not doing homework and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, at my school, one of the guys punched the teacher, there was a teacher's car set on fire and stuff. Like, if you do that, you ain't doing that in private school. Like, no way you're that type of person.
You had a student punch a teacher?
Oh, yeah. Right.
That is awesome.
Right in front of me. So before my brother's year, he's 5 years older, no one had been expelled in a decent amount of time. I think there was like 3 people expelled in his year.
It's badass.
Like,
Some
the
miracle
place I
shit.
grew up in, it's a decently nice place.
Just some fuckhead
Kind of.
kids.
Kind
There's
of.
just some fuckhead kids.
Well, no, because the town I live in kind of comes across as bad, but the surrounding area is quite nice.
Suburbs, basically, if you were to compare it to
Suburbs
like
in England, yeah, which we don't really have suburbs.
Yeah, because
I grew up in
there's
a
not
town
that
of
much
17,500 people. 17,500.
That's a decent sized town.
I now live in a place with like 5.5. My mum lives there. I don't live there. I live in Fort Collins, obviously. But yeah, so there's like 2 high schools. Yeah, we had. So someone in my brother's year set fire to the head teacher's car. Pretty sure it was a smart car as well. He's like a 6'4" dude. He drove a smart car.
He's almost my size.
Yeah, he drove a smart car. He was also a priest. He was the head of a church somewhere.
So he's a child molester.
He's not. He was a really nice guy, Mr. Crabtree.
No, I'm Catholic. I'm just making jokes.
Oh, no, I know, but he wasn't, because I actually had a teacher who got arrested and said, year 2, so what's that? So when I was...
What? Where the fuck did you grow up?
5 to 6, like that year in school, that was when he was my teacher. When we went to, 5 years later, came out, he had like the highest category of like child porn and stuff on his like photos and stuff of people. He also, I wrote my Christmas card saying Happy Christmas John, that was his first name. He called my mum over and said, tell your child not to be cheeky, you should write Happy Birthday Mr. or like Merry Christmas Mr. Forgotten what his last name was. Mr. Pedophile. Because he got sent to prison for it.
Dude, he's literally a pedophile.
Oh no, yeah, he got sent to prison for it.
Holy fuck, what?
Yeah, that was I had a teacher.
No wonder you're so fucked up.
There's a lot over my life that's into this.
It explains a lot.
There's a lot
that
in my
you
life.
had a pedophile teacher. Holy shit, that's crazy.
Well, no, yeah, so... Yeah.
Wow.
I don't remember what we're talking about, but we'll move on now. We'll go to... Well, that was a long sidetrack.
That was a tangent.
I have a
we started talking
notes.
about U.S. education.
Well,
the whiskey.
It's something I wanted to talk about people, but I thought for this one we'd just keep it simple. But now we're going in.
It's me. It's
going
fucking
in.
me. What
I
do you
knew we'd
expect?
go for tangents. That's
it's
why.
me. What do you expect?
Okay. So predictions for 2019 is what I'm looking at my notes now because I can't remember what I wrote down. What do you want to bring forward from 2018, if anything?
The slow but sure marched back towards sanity from everybody.
I thought you were going to say slow but sure global warming.
I mean, we're all dying anyway.
Everyone's dying every second.
No, my biggest takeaway from 2018 is everybody is so offended all the time, and they're upset.
It has been less recently, I'll say that.
Yeah, no, and it's starting to like those mobs of people like fuck this guy, take him out, deplatform him, don't let him talk, whatever. Those people are starting to the majority of people are saying that's insane.
Yeah. But the people on social media.
But I want to keep moving forward back towards sane and rational conversation between adults.
Mine's kind of like a two thing. I really want people to like keep opening up, but that kind of like digresses into where I want people to keep opening up towards like things that happen on the internet, like that YouTube's a real thing, that Twitch is a real thing, that gaming's a real thing, like the things that I've followed for God knows how long was it? 2019? I followed for 9 years.
Is it really 2019?
It's 2019 now. So I followed professional gaming for 9 years. And it was always thought of as weird and stuff. And I hosted LANs in like my house and so on, a LAN. And like I want it to keep... So people opening up, but people opening up to like the internet realm that I live in. Yeah. I want that to happen.
One quick tangent on the YouTube internet realm. Does the name Chugga Conroy mean anything to you? Have you ever heard of that guy before? He was like one of the first YouTubers that really blew up for doing Let's Plays. Did you ever used to watch those? Those were the best.
So I watched a
Let's
video.
Play Wind Waker.
It was the history of YouTube, and it was like the top YouTubers, like their sub count going up through the years, and you could see
Ray William Johnson was probably up there
he
for a while.
Wasn't that there for that long? I did not know. No, Nigga Higa was up for so.
He was number one for a really long time.
It was him.
He was at like 14 million for a really long time.
It was him and someone. Then Ray William overtook him. Then he overtook him again. And then you have PewDiePie come through with his fuck T-Series. Go PewDiePie. Sub to PewDiePie. I don't know if that's still going.
9-year-old army boy. Yeah, no, it's PewDiePie.
Well, no, I watched that. Like Jenna Marbles got up in there, like the side, and like
then now PewDiePie's what 40 million ahead of the next closest individual content creator.
Oh, individual, probably, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who's next closest? Markiplier?
Do they even give packs to, like, music channels and stuff?
No, they don't. Fuck music channels.
Like, because T-Series is a music one, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's technically...
It's like an Indian music, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's an Indian...
Media company.
Media production company, yeah.
Because I still remember when he got his Brofist, like the Ruby Brofist, because no one had ever hit 50 before, and he hit it.
Dude, he's going to get to 100.
What's he at now?
80.
I'm gonna look up
He's at 80 million. I checked it. He's at like 79.
Yeah, so you'd bring through people not getting so pissed off with stuff.
Yeah, no, my biggest...
79, 762,
yeah,
770.
He's at 80 million.
The mad thing is, he's only done... I'm not sounding, that's why. He's only done 3,700 videos.
Yeah.
I know he has a second channel, I'm pretty sure.
He hasn't uploaded to it in forever.
But...
I'm subscribed to both.
Number of videos... compared to Vic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, PewDiePie's volume of... There's a reason that guy...
That's his main channel. Vic... So, this is a deep dive into YouTube. An English YouTuber called VicStar123. On his main channel, he's done 4,500 videos. PewDiePie's done 3,700, we just said. Vic has 3 channels with over 1 million subscribers. And I'm pretty sure he's done more channels on his other videos, or more videos on his other channels. I'm pretty sure Vic's done like 15,000 videos by himself.
Yeah, PewDiePie has less than 4,000 and 80 million subscribers. That's ridiculous. Fight me, dude. PewDiePie's the fucking shit. He's been the shit since we were in the 8th grade.
Big up Sweden. Dude, he is Swedish, right? He's not Norwegian. That's why I don't want to say if he's Norwegian. That's
Felix Kjellberg. Dude, if I could have a beer with anybody on the planet right now, fuck Donald Trump, fuck Obama, fuck all these fucking cool people. I want to have a beer with PewDiePie. I want to sit down and talk to him for 10 minutes. That'd be awesome.
The Rock.
The Rock is up there.
Kevin Hart.
PewDiePie, dude.
Joe Rogan.
Fuck PewDiePie and Joe Rogan. 2 beers at once.
I know it's Joe, but I kind of want to go Neil deGrasse Tyson as well. I know he's spoken to him before, so he knows some shit. But Neil by himself.
He's getting in trouble right now.
For molesting?
For some shit.
Everyone always gets in trouble for molesting these days.
Yeah.
Jimmy Savile. That's a... So we have a Christmas decoration that's an owl, and my brother called it Jimmy Savile. Jimmy Savile's he's basically... Who's the American guy that got done for molesting children, basically? This went dark. On TV, like Bob Ross got done, didn't he? For like
Bob Ross died. He paints.
Did he get in trouble like afterwards or like before he died? Like with.
Are you talking about Harvey Weinstein?
I have no idea. But basically, Jimmy Savile had a channel or a show that was called Jim Will Fix It, and he went around and helped loads of people. But then I don't know if he's still alive or dead. I think he's still alive, but he got in loads of trouble for like doing inappropriate stuff with kids. And we have an owl decoration.
Dude, what is wrong with people?
We had an owl decoration on our Christmas tree, and my brother called it Jimmy Savile. So that's where that came from.
I am.
We're gonna move on. We're moving on.
There are sick people out there, and it is infuriating.
I'm gonna use the wording I wrote. What is gonna bang in 2019? What's gonna be great?
What's gonna be great?
Is there gonna be like an album that's just popping, or is there gonna be like a trend that's just incredible, or is there something gonna blow up like fidget spinners or?
Well, the beauty about those things that explode is no one really knows what they're gonna be, and I think that's awesome. I think Kendrick's coming out with a new album. Which
you think music's gonna bang this year? I think sports is gonna die a little bit this year. Sports.
The Warriors are gonna lose.
I don't think they will.
Blessed be God above us all.
I want them to. I don't think they will. I don't think sports will
movies
bang.
are gonna bang.
I think movies will be below last year.
YouTube's gonna bang this year.
Above before.
YouTube across the board's gonna bang.
It might be the internet.
Yeah, the internet's gonna be sick. I'm so excited. Twitter's already been a dumpster fire. It's only been 4 days. It's awesome. Oh my God. Dude, I love the Twitter dumpster fire. It's the best. And then you go on Reddit and see what's going on afterwards. Yeah, no, I think Reddit...
For anyone who wants...
Reddit is the North Star.
I was going to say for anyone who's a laugh. It's not really a laugh. For anyone who wants to be...
Follow me on Twitter.
No, you can plug yourself if you want.
No.
The fire truck?
Yeah, it's at the fire truck, spelled with D-A. Yeah.
But no, so I was there, if you want something to do when you're bored, either go to 50/50 on Reddit.
50/50 is a good one. Or go to /dang memes if you want to see some shit that'll make your
50/50
grandma
on Reddit
happy.
Is
some putrid shit. And it
gives you a really good option and a really bad option. And depending on, you can literally click on it, it'll get one option. If you go back and click on it again, you could get the other option.
Yeah.
It's been proven. So it could be, it's a weird place to be. So we think, internet,
I think the internet's going to be great.
I think it's going to keep, because middle of summer? Fortnite kind of blew up like March,
February, yeah.
And it kept going through
the whole year.
But then, it's gone through. But I think that's the kind of catalyst. Like YouTube was growing, like gaming was growing, so I think that's the kind of catalyst that will grow. Like the internet.
Everything else?
Yeah, everything on the internet. Like everything's growing. Like the amount of people, like 1 million subscribers now, the amount of people with ridiculous amount of followers on Instagram and all of that. It's just...
Well, that's just the world
I don't know if it's more...
digitally.
Is it?
Well, it's... Dude, so my youngest...
How many more followers is there now than there was in 2016? Because there's a ton of more people with higher followers now, but I don't know if there's more followers of people just...
PewDiePie is 80
or exposed
80
more.
80 million.
But I think that's just more...
That's larger than the population of the entire country you're from.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's actually bigger than...
It's substantially
it's bigger
larger.
than England. I don't know if it's bigger than GB.
It's bigger than England, for sure.
England's like high 50s, 60s, if that.
No, I think the reality of what's going on right now is you talk to... So my youngest sister is 15. They don't have Facebook anymore. The other day...
The only reason I use Facebook to check on people's birthdays.
The other day, she told me Twitter was for old people. Okay? I'm 22.
So
what the fuck? They use Instagram and Snapchat.
But Snapchat...
We're already getting phased out, Isaac.
Snapchat started already.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in terms of the applications that they use in volume.
Snapchat is not snapping now and not for news. Snapchatting is for texting.
And dick pics.
Can't believe you just said that. I really hope your family slams you when you get home.
Yeah.
Can't believe you said that. I've lost the words right now. No, but like even for me, Snapchat isn't pictures anymore. Snapchat is now texting.
You texted me on Snapchat today. I have your phone number.
I have more people Snapchat that I talk to than phone numbers.
Yeah.
Like Snapchat's now texting. I don't think it's pictures or news. Like I know they have all those news stories. I fucking hate them. I wish you could delete all of them. But if you hide them, they just come back like the next day. It's fucking annoying. Snapchat, if you're listening, get rid of it, please. But Instagram is the one that Instagram blew up. Kind of took a lull when they brought around DMs and Snapchat kind of blew up.
But now it's
banging again.
Yeah, with fitness pages.
Oh, it's
with guys on steroids.
That's what I'm getting into.
Yeah,
let's
steroids.
Go.
Let's do steroids.
Not steroids. Fitness pages.
Yeah, let's do steroids.
But it's weird. Like Facebook's been done for a long time. We know that. They still have a ridiculous amount of users.
Yeah,
everyone still has a
2
Facebook.
billion
Everyone still has a Facebook.
individual users.
Ridiculous.
No, it's the internet is always gonna continue to evolve every year. It's so new. It's still so new.
Oh yeah.
In the
So
scheme of things.
So what? When was it? Like 90?
I remember when we first got.
I don't know if
internet.
that's wrong. I want to say the 90 something was
The
when
internet?
the internet.
The 80s they had internet, but it was very limited.
Like the 80s, I'm thinking is like the richest companies, like people proving that the internet works. Like 90s is when
The internet was prolific.
Internet cell phones was 90s.
My dad tells me stories about car phones from like 1993.
I think for
That's
the longest time we had like one of
That's
those
25
massive
fucking years ago.
blocks. That sounds so long.
1993 is
That's older than
25
both of us.
fucking years ago. But not weird.
90 what?
93 is 25 years
93.
ago.
So yeah, my sister's 25.
Yeah, I'm 20. I'm gonna be 23. I was born in 1996. That's weird. We're getting old.
Well, it's the fact that people
Hopefully
that were born
we
in
die soon.
2000 are now 19.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's your sister, isn't it? Was she 90 or 99?
She was 2003.
No, Kevin.
Oh, Kevin?
Yeah.
99.
His sister's not called Kevin. His sister's called Catherine. Inside joke. She's
Catherine's
called
name is
Kevin.
Kevin.
She was 99?
She was 90. How old is she?
She's at least 19.
19. Yeah, no, she's 19.
Unless
so.
her birthday's really late. No, she's at least 19 because she was a freshman, yeah. She's a sophomore now, so yeah.
Her birthday is super late and she is 19. So
Yeah.
she's 99, yeah. I mean, Olivia's, 2003.
The athletic one, from what you always told me.
The tall one. Dude, she's fucking huge.
Tall one, you're still both taller than
Well, she's 6 foot and she's 15. She's taller than Catherine.
that. Is she?
Yeah.
Didn't look like it in your Christmas photos.
She's huge, dude.
What's
no.
your Instagram? Plug it.
Oh, it's Matt_Laine. Follow me for bullshit of my family.
So glad you didn't say what I thought you were going to say.
Follow me for bullshit, and I post a lot of music on my Instagram story that no one listens to, but there's a lot of metal
I'm
on there.
posting more on Instagram stories this year. But
You
that's 'cause
posted a
I'm
lot of
trying to get-
Instagram just
I'm
like
trying
last
to
year.
get into it because I did for like 94 days.
You posted
straight.
every day.
I posted every day.
I remember that.
Like over the summer, and then I don't have the energy to this. So now I'm trying to post like every other or like every 3. I'm trying to, but that's because I want to grow this, but I want to just kind of grow
dude.
like a fitness thing, but kind of just.
Promote the podcast, dude. I'll listen back to this.
No one's gonna listen to us, but the next person I'm trying to get on, she has more followers than both of us probably combined, so I'm trying to get her to promote, and then maybe some of her friends.
Yeah, but is she gonna be as funny as I am? No.
She's way hotter.
It's a podcast without video.
Doesn't matter. If I plug her Instagram and she posts it on her Instagram, done.
That's true.
Bailey, that's for you, by the way, if you're listening to this. You're probably not.
But
Why am I still saying that? If you're not listening to this, you're not, so you can't hear it. So I'm just saying things regardless. We are drinking, if you couldn't tell. 2019, what's going to flop? We're almost at the end of this for people who are still here. And if you are, fuck knows why you are.
The 2 people
It's probably
that are still
Catherine.
here.
Catherine.
It's probably me listening tomorrow.
Back to how drunk we are. By the way, I thought we were close to the end. I thought we were going to finish
we're
this
not
bowl.
even close to the end. We still got
Maybe at the end of the
it's
night.
like 5 glasses of whiskey left. What's gonna flop?
Or what do you want to?
I want every Marvel movie except Endgame to flop.
What else is coming out this year?
There was one more that's
There's more than one.
Spider-Man's coming out. Far From Home.
But I can't.
What do I want to
I don't want them to
flop?
Like, is there anything that it's kind of like what do you wouldn't want to leave behind, but like what you know is not going to be left behind, but you just want to like die? That sounds really morbid.
Yeah, death is awesome. Long Instagram captions. I want those to be left behind. If your Instagram caption says "read more," take a hike.
Do you mind it if the read more is like the hashtags?
Yes. Actually,
So the caption's like a sentence or like a line and a half, and then it has the ... read more, but underneath is just
all
like...
right. No, I rescind that. Okay. If it's hashtags, whatever you're trying to grow your
Because
brand.
that's how you get people to...
Also, okay, I got 2 things I want to leave in the past. Okay, God damn it, I want long Instagram captions gone. Okay, if it's more than 2 lines, fuck off. Nobody cares.
Yeah, make it a joke. Make it something.
Make it something. Make it like a nice one
And
line.
I don't like make. Okay, I'm gonna change your slightly. Make it the first line. Make it what like the picture kind of is. If you want to go into like a life story and explain, make that like the thing that's off on the read more.
If you make an Instagram caption,
people are going to do it, and I know people are going to do it regardless. So I'm going to change. So if you make it say, "Hey, this is me when I was down." If you want to do that, read more. I don't mind it if you say that, because then if you don't want to read more, you're not going to open it. You're not going to read, because people are always going to post. I don't mind people that post inspirational stories, emotional stuff. If you post it where I don't have to read it, I don't mind. If you post it where I have to see it, more of an issue.
Yeah.
Like stories, I don't have to see it. I used to watch every story. I say watch. I used to skip every
through it.
I used to skip every story, and then I realized it's when screen time came out. I was like, I'm wasting how much time just
poking through
people's stories and skipping them, that I now watch the ones I want to watch. My screen time is still massive, by the way. I'm disappointed by it.
I'm 7 hours a week.
Mine's a rough, but mine's
or 7 hours a day.
Mine's 6 something a day, but I know probably at least 2 of mine is I just lie down and watch YouTube.
Do you watch YouTube on your phone?
If I can't be bothered to go upstairs and turn my computer on, I'll just lie down on the couch and watch YouTube on my phone, and I'll go through 4 10-minute videos. It's so easy to do. Or like leave it up like when a podcast, when everyone cooking dinner or something, that I know.
I do that all the time.
Mine would be way lower if I didn't.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
If I didn't use YouTube on my phone, my screen time would be way lower. It might still get to 5 on some days if I'm really bored and I'm at home and not doing anything.
Yeah.
But it would be way lower.
I didn't even think about that. Like today at the gym, I was listening to a podcast.
Yeah,
but I was listening to the video podcast on YouTube, so my screen was on.
Screen time.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So like my screen time would be like, so my brother was like, "Oh yeah, mine's like an hour." I was like, "I ain't gonna say mine." But at that point, mine was like 7.5. I was like, "Nah, fuck that." I used to use the cap limit. I used to limit to myself to 2 hours of social media, and like 3 hours total, and I could do it, but I just, like, if I'm having a conversation with someone on Instagram, like back in England or something, and that's how we talk, I leave my phone open when I'm waiting for them to reply. And like, it might shut before they reply, but it just adds on.
It's just empty time.
minutes.
It's empty time.
It's just like, I can do it, but that's me trying not to watch YouTube on there, not to there. I was like, it's just more convenient. That's why mobile phones were made, for convenience.
They are.
That's why Americans are fat, convenience.
Hey, you're goddamn right.
I know.
We also kick ass, all right? Goddamn America. But
you should kick your own ass. It's fucking huge.
I know. No, so all right, I'll change the things I want to leave back. I will alter the definition. Bullshit captions on fucking like fitness pages.
And also
that they all sound the exact same. Yeah. No one cares. You're using your fitness page to post your ass online, and that's it.
I'm not throwing hate, but Gymshark athletes.
I wear hella Gymshark, but yeah, Gymshark athletes are so annoying.
But they post the same
It's the same caption every single time.
I know you're probably under contract, you have to post Gymshark stuff. I don't mind the ones that are promoting the clothes you're wearing. I mind the ones that are...
I had such a hard day until I got into the gym. And then they put like the purple devil emoji with the smile. And then I got a great lift with the arm emoji. So coupled with that, if you put new post on anything.
Oh, the new post. Okay,
remove yourself from the internet and put a bullet in your brain.
The new post on Instagram. I know for a while that it didn't always show up. I know that was true.
With the algorithm?
Yeah. But I don't follow a high number of people. I follow like 450 or something, if not 500 on Instagram.
I follow like 500.
Everyone's post comes up new.
All of them. I have not missed one.
Don't post that you've posted. I know you might have 20,000 followers, but I guarantee they probably only follow less than 1,000, 100%. They probably, almost 99%, they follow less than 800. Your post will show up. If they care, and as I'm pretty sure we both do, when you log onto Instagram, you go back down to the you last got to here kind of thing, you will see that post.
I will see everything.
Stop posting a new post and scribble out. The people, actually no, I don't mind people who say new post and they post the whole picture. They're still bad, but the people that post new posts and then scribble out the picture, they are so much worse.
If you put new post anywhere on your social media, okay, Isaac, I want you to get a big straw hat, okay? and I want you to fucking go fishing. Because that is all you're doing. You are fishing for fucking attention.
I was about to say something really inappropriate.
No, put your hat on and go fishing. Fuck off. Okay? That is my whole opinion on it. God, I hate everybody.
Yes, that's what.
And on that note,
that's what we want to leave in 2019. We're now gonna bring this to an end. We'll probably still keep drinking, but you won't hear us after this. But we're gonna do. There's 6 quickfire questions I have for you. But when I say quickfire, you can think a second, but don't take minutes. You can go on minutes for explanations, but not thinking.
Okay.
This one is stolen from Optic Hex because I heard it on his 600 seconds. Man. What's the most ridiculous thing you spend or waste money on?
Porn subscription. I haven't done it in the last year, but did it.
Okay.
Brazzers.
Favorite TV show of 2018?
Peaky Blinders.
Did they come out with a new series?
I thought they came out with a new season.
If you watched it this year,
I watched it this year. Peaky Blinders.
Biggest letdown you've had last year? Oh. Good, quick question. I wasn't ready to answer the next one. How many books did you read in the last year?
14.
Just you know that? Is that including the ones you just read over Christmas?
4.
Because mine's I read 4 and I listened to 3, so mine's probably 7 or 8.
I keep a running total, yeah. Yeah, 14.
What would be your talent in a pageant?
Being tall.
No, give me another answer. That ain't a talent.
I can whistle 6 different ways.
Give me some now. I want to hear some.
Okay.
If this is bad on the mic, I'm sorry.
I can't do this anymore.
This is probably bad. We're too intoxicated for this.
Yeah, I can whistle a bunch.
Last one. How did we meet?
Supply chain management in class.
Did we not meet before?
No. We met briefly. I knew who you were, and then we had class together, and then we just watched Overwatch for fucking 6 months.
That is very true. And you played poker. You played the new.
I played Pokemon in class.
And Marcus,
every day.
Marcus, you better listen to this. You were sat next to us and playing some fucking random game on your iPad.
Marcus, holy shit.
And Bree.
Yeah, and Bree was.
It was the other girl.
Who else was it, dude?
No, it's the other accountant girl or whatever.
No, John Frysmith was in that class.
John was in there, but he never turned out. Stein. Anyway, you know who you are. Shout out to you. This is the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening to episode 1. It was a shit show.
I'm the initial guest.
I'm
the first recurring guest.
We probably drank too much. You'll probably be back and it'll probably happen again.
I'll definitely be back.
If you want to promote us, please feel free. If you want to come on the podcast, please let me know. And I had something else to say, but you know what? Fuck it. This is the end. See you later.